Hello, welcome to Living Life with Purpose. I'm your host, Phil Foster. In James chapter 1, James says, "Blessed is the man when he is able to endure temptation." And James encourages us to resist temptation because for each of us, sooner or later it's going to come our way. If you've watched the news lately, you know that one of the big things in the nightly news is the compromise of national security by some Secret Service agents who were in Colombia, South America, to guard the President of the United States, and these guys yielded to temptation. They brought prostitutes into their hotel rooms with sensitive information, and if you're like me, most of us are appalled that that happened, especially when we consider not only the moral ramifications, but the national security issues that involved. And you know, sooner or later, all of us as a Christian is going to have to resist temptation. It's going to come in different shapes, sizes, and forms. But God has always given us the strength to say no. You know, Peter, the Apostle Peter, when he had his situation where he denied Jesus, Jesus had told him that he was going to pray for him because Satan wanted to sift him like wheat. So how did Peter, a man of God, get in such a predicament? Well, I think, first of all, he was a little bit overconfident. He says, you know, I'll do this and I'll do that. I'll go to the end of the world for you. Well, let me tell you something. One thing you got to do is stay humble. Say, God, I can only do this as you are with me. Then he wasn't praying. You know, in the greatest prayer meeting the world's ever had, that in the Garden of Gethsemane, Peter fell asleep like all the rest. I can't help but think if maybe he had stayed awake and prayed, he might have overcome that temptation. And the last thing that we see that happened in Peter's life was before he'd been up close to Jesus, but when he denied him, he was following him from a distance. Stay close to Jesus, and when temptation comes, you'll have a lot more strength to overcome than if you're trying to follow him from a distance. Look, I'm all out of time. There's a lot I could say, but till we get together tomorrow, may God bless you, and hey, have a great